What's up, man?
What's going on, Keeks?
What's up, guys? Here we are back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks
and Fiji, episode 4, season 2, bigger, better, and stronger.
And here we are coming at you on February 11th, another Monday.
Another Monday.
We're trying to stay consistent. Last Monday we had a couple things we had to get done, so we actually renovated the set, made it a lot better, so we can come at you a lot better.
Yeah, and it worked out just fine. We're a lot warmer here, and we're ready to give you and provide you with more cozier elevated thoughts with Fiji and, of course, Keeks here.
Yeah.
And before we get started here, I want to give a shout out here to Buster Douglas. Today, 29 years ago, was the day you knocked out Mike Tyson in Japan to become the world heavyweight champion. So props to Buster Douglas there, and he was, one of the first during my lifetime to say, hey, anything's impossible.
On this episode, we're going to be reviewing the new American, what is it?
The Alliance of American
Football. So,
yeah, second chance football, I call it.
second
chance football.
Oh,
man. For all those ones that were cut and that couldn't quite make the NFL, the most prestigious league in the United States, I think.
Yeah.
Nothing can top the NFL in the United States, man.
Definitely.
So why not offer these guys second and other options to go ahead and make it big time?
Definitely. Also, we're gonna be reviewing the NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, it's my favorite All-Star Weekend.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely a good time.
Yeah, good times there, and that's why, because of that weekend, I dedicated my top 5+1 list today with the top 5 best dunkers of all time. Nice. So stay tuned on the next segment for my top 5+1.
Yeah, of course. And then on our and one segment, we're also going to be kind of talking about that.
We're gonna talk about that, and then we're also gonna talk about the latest NBA trades that were made.
Ooh, wow, good trades.
So we have a rundown of what trades were made, and
from beginning to end.
And Keeks is gonna provide us with that list.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Some big trades out there.
Exactly. My favorite one was actually that Tobias Harris trade to the 76ers.
That was a good one. Definitely worth noting that the Eastern Conference has a different team coming out there now with Tobias Harris on the 76ers.
Exactly, so it should be a good one. And
but also we also have the one that got away, right?
Mm-hmm.
That segment's going to be a good one.
And then that's what we're going to talk about, of course, the winner of the NBA All-Star Game. And then we're also going to talk about the winner of the NBA Dunk Contest, the winner out of the Skills Challenge, and, of course, the winner out of the NBA versus World team, which is a nice little mix-up of freshman versus sophomore team in the NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, and we'll also be picking our fantasy team.
Exactly.
Right? When was that?
We're going to do that in between all those segments. So we'll get in there. So he'll be representing Team Giannis, and I'll be Team LeBron.
I'll be representing the East. He'll be representing the West.
So it should be a good draft. So you guys stay tuned here on the next segment, starting with the top 5+1 best dunkers of all time.
Elevated Thoughts with Keeks
and Fiji, Season 2, Episode 4, Bigger, Better, Stronger.
Coming at you strong. Thank you.
Welcome back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. Episode 4, Season 2, Bigger, Better, Stronger.
And here we are coming at you with the top 5+1. Today we're actually doing the top 5+1 greatest dunkers of all time. We're dedicating this segment mostly because of the All-Star Weekend this weekend. And
of course, the dunk contest is one of the biggest parts of NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, everybody looks forward to the dunk contest. So pretty much we'll just get started right off the bat. Let's see.
And lately, because the NBA, I think NBA dunk contests have been whacked lately due to the fact that LeBron James is, of course, he's our Michael Jordan of our era. They witnessed greatness back in those days, right there in Michael Jordan days. Now we get to witness LeBron James. Michael Jordan did join 3 NBA slam dunk contests. However, LeBron James didn't. And because of that, I'm excluding him off of this list.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I feel like everybody already knew LeBron could do it. It's like a guy, can you add 2 + 2? He's going to tell you 4, right? I mean, if you ask somebody who doesn't know how to add, it's more impressive, right? But, I mean, this guy's been doing it for so long. Why
not do it in the spotlight? Why not do it in the spotlight when it actually matters?
You already know he's going to win every time, regardless. He's LeBron.
But why not do it? Why not do it at least 1 year?
Because he's letting the young guys do it, I think.
Hey, Vince Carter did it for 1 year in 2000.
he was still a young guy. He
Yeah.
got drafted in '98, so.
But LeBron
He
could
was
have done it
still
still
young
young.
at that time.
He could have done that as a rookie. He could have done that as a sophomore.
All right.
But I don't know though, man. I mean, LeBron James is a badass dunker. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Stud. You know, when it comes to his fucking, you know, in play fucking dunks. The
Yeah,
shit.
of course. LeBron's always gonna be that spectacle, right? All right, but let's go ahead. What is it? Let's
But
see your list.
I'm gonna start off with my +1, and that is the 1986 Slam Dunk champion, 5'7" Spud Webb.
Ooh, Nate Robinson. I like to include him on that one too.
But
They were very alike.
yeah, but Nate Robinson was 5'9".
Oh, so he was a little bit smaller.
Spud Webb was 5'7".
A little bit smaller.
All
Yeah.
right, and he won the dunk competition. I give Nate Robinson. He did beat Dwight Howard. You know, but Dwight Howard isn't really.
Superman.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
That's Superman.
No,
Dwight
Superman
Howard.
is Shaq. Superman is Shaq. All right.
I don't know. Dwight Howard pulled that.
But
off,
he's
too.
still, you know. Yeah, that's that. But I give Spud Webb just because of the fact that at his height, winning a competition, out of all the best dunkers, when you include Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, come on, man.
No, definitely, yeah.
You know?
Spud Webb was awesome. He was definitely for a guy his size.
Yeah.
Definitely, he was smaller than us, and we're 5'9"
And if you guys haven't had a chance or don't know who Spud Webb is, YouTube him. YouTube him. Because if you just type up the 1986 Slam Dunk contest, you're going to see him and his great dunks at that height. So, I give him my honorable mention on my +1 top 5 list of greatest slam dunkers of all time. Number 5, I'm going to give it to MJ, Ernest himself. You know, he competed in 3 NBA slam dunk contests. However, he only won one in 1988 when he had that famous free throw dunk. And he beat Dominique Wilkins.
The logo.
Yeah, the logo. That's it right there.
The Jordan logo.
That's when Jumpman was created.
Jumpman.
Jumpman was created, and Drake made money out of it, and so did Michael Jordan. So
yeah, and he's still making money. Michael Jordan is eternally rich.
he's gonna keep his profit going until
Man.
his casket drops. But
Yeah.
until then, you
Business mogul.
he's a stud. He's a stud. So that's my number 5 top dunker of all time. Number 4, I'm gonna give it to Dr. J, Julius Erving, who won the 1976 ABA Slam Dunk Contest. So it wasn't quite NBA yet,
Yeah.
but he won a contest, and of course, Dr. J, who doesn't know how his dunks look like?
Definitely.
You know?
He was a big guy.
I remember growing up, I used to rock his Converse. It was all white with red trim, just clean white Converse, man.
Nice.
So Dr. J, number
Honestly,
4.
I don't like playing basketball in Converses myself. I don't know how they can do it themselves. But back then, it was a different type of technology. I'd rather have some Jordans on, some really nice shoes. I've played in Converses, and they're not comfortable. I'm not going to lie.
But I like Dr. J.
Well, it was different times. I mean, they didn't have the ability to have good sneakers, you know. Converse was the shoe, I guess, you know.
Yeah,
That was the basketball shoe back then.
different era, and yes, and he rocked it pretty well, and he won
Yeah.
the 1976 ABA Slam Dunk Contest. Moving on to number 3 of my top 5 dunkers of all time. I'm going to give it to Jacques Dominique Wilkins out of Paris, France, who won 2 NBA Slam Dunk competitions, 1985 and 1990.
Nice.
And Dominique Wilkins, man, when he dunked, man, he did it ruthlessly.
Yeah, he just murdered
He
the
was
rim.
just heck yeah.
Oh, man.
We all know how Dunk used to shack like that and demolish those rims.
Yeah.
He did the same thing too, man.
Definitely. No, Shaq was a beast too. I'm sure he's on your list too, right?
Shaq, unfortunately, just because of his size, he's a monster, man. Just look at him.
List.
What is he? What else is he gonna do? Shoot threes?
I don't know. I'd include Shaq. Let me just throw out my 5 right quick. Vince Carter for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq. Not in any order. MJ. I throw in Spud Webb too. 5'7", not bad. And yeah, Dominique Wilkins. That was a good one too.
Yeah,
Those are just my 5 right off the bat. But yeah, definitely. I can't believe he didn't include Shaq. But hey.
No, I didn't include Shaq because of his size, man.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
Definitely. He was a big guy, but
He's a big boy.
you
We
can't
all
blame
we
him.
all knew who was
you can't
gonna
blame him
do.
for being big.
You know, And
he
that's why
dominated the post. You know? But he wasn't a the dunks were just little because he was right next to it.
If I included Shaq, I would include him right next to this big man I'm going to name at number 2.
Ooh, let's hear it. Who's number 2?
The number 2 is the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp. Shawn Kemp and the Seattle Supersonics. This guy right here. Just type up Rain Man Shawn Kemp in YouTube. I kid you not, you will not be disappointed.
Really?
There's going to be a reason why he was called the Rain Man. You know, he made it to 2 NBA championships. He made it one with the Seattle Supersonics. But of course, the Chicago Bulls beat him in the 4-2 series for the NBA championship. But he played great with Shawn Kemp. They're a great 1-2 combination. Him and Gary Payton. So, but the Rain Man, I mean, his skill was just dunking.
Nice.
He wasn't a shooter.
Well, it was a different game back then too. Basketball has changed a lot.
Oh yeah, it's all about 3-point and shooting now. Before it was all hard in the paint. Sanders, you had your Patrick Ewing, you had your Charles Barkleys, you had your Charles Oakleys, you had your your ace Anthony Masons. You had all these big bodies, and now where they at now?
They're still there, but now they evolved their game. Joel Embiid,
look at him, the process.
He's a huge guy, but he can pop a 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's a huge guy, can pop a 3.
The dude from the Nuggets,
Cousins can pop a 3.
That's under from the Nuggets.
Oh, Jokic?
Yeah. He's a floater who can just all day.
Pop 3s.
Yeah.
It's just a whole... Anthony Davis can pop 3s. It's a whole different era now, you know? Yeah. Big guys can pop 3s.
Exactly. So, we'll talk more about that in our next segment when we talk
Let's
about
hear
NBA.
who's number 1. Who's number 1?
But number 1, greatest dunker of all time, and according to Fiji, is, of course...
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
Ah, I knew it.
Vince Carter.
I was wondering when it was going to come out on the list.
Yeah, Vince Carter, to me, man, after that slam dunk competition in 2000, when he did that honeycomb, that dunk, he put his whole hand in there.
Yeah.
Man, hands down. One of the greatest dunks, but to me, his best dunk was in the Olympics. When he jumped over that 7'3" French center. In the Olympics, just... Whoa! If you guys haven't seen that, YouTube that. YouTube that dunk.
Talking about YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, and share it with all your friends too. Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji.
Yeah, so to me, Vince Carter, and I believe everybody would agree with me.
Of course.
The best dunker of all time.
Definitely. Vince Carter, number 1.
And that concludes my top 5 plus 1 NBA dunkers of all time.
We will be moving on from this segment where I think it was a good lineup. Vince Carter, number 1 for sure. Of course, we'll be having our Keeks and Fiji plus 1 today. We'll have Shawn. He'll be coming on with Sam Adams.
He said something about Sam Adams. He talked about something about
Sam Adams Winter Lager.
Welcome back to Elevated Thoughts with
Keeks and Fiji. And today we have our beer and spirit connoisseur back on the show, Shawn.
Glad to be back.
Hey.
Welcome back, my friend.
Had a week off here.
Yeah, we all did here. We had some renovations going on.
We had some renovations going on in the studio. We were able to make it to the point where we could have a comfortable set and be able to bring... How do you feel? Is it a lot better?
This is way more open, way more comfortable.
Yeah.
Your garage is warmer.
Oh, yeah.
The studio,
the carpet.
I mean the studio. I didn't want to break that illusion.
We brought in carpet. We brought in all kinds of insulation and just... We got it all set up.
Give out to the Brodies out there, to Mark Martinez. Wherever you are. Kudos.
But today we got our beer and spirit connoisseur, Shawn, where he's bringing in Sam Adams Winter Lager.
Yes.
So
let's
tell
start
us more
pouring,
about that.
Let's start pouring.
Everyone knows Sam Adams. Everyone's seen the commercial.
Hold on. Let me cut him real quick. If you could just open this up, please.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love to have a drink of this.
Yeah, can you open me one up too, please?
Get you started.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, sir. Some Sam Adams Winter Lager.
How's it taste?
Thank you very much. Limited release too, huh?
Exactly. I promised I would bring in a winter beer, and it's a winter beer. And with a limited release, Unfortunately, I'm teasing you with this one. It is no longer on the shelves. I bought the last case.
Oh, man.
Wow, so no more winter lager then, huh?
Now I have to hype it up so everyone gets excited for November.
Right?
Oh, man.
Everyone knows Samuel Adams from Boston Beer Company. Jim Koch was the founder, founded in 1984. Opened up the brewery in 1989. Everyone knows the Sam Adams Boston Lager. They're familiar.
Oh, yeah.
They do a lot of seasonal stuff, not just winter. They do spring, they do summer, they do an Oktoberfest beer, which is widely popular. They also, in 2012, they released the very popular Angry Orchard brand of beers.
That was good.
Yeah.
I like those apple.
He likes those kind of beers, man.
He likes the fruity stuff.
I like
Winter
it. I'll
Connection.
admit that.
But this
Winter
is a
Collection's
beer's
good.
beer.
I'll admit that.
The Winter Lager, it's actually a German-style Bock, but Bock is just a strong type of lager. This isn't that strong. It's 5.6%. But it's got a lot of flavor to it. It's actually made using cinnamon, orange peel, and ginger. Gives it a nice, I don't know, festive flavor. It actually makes you think of like having gingerbread cookies on a holiday.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
What do you think about when you're sipping on?
I really do taste the orange peel. I do really taste the cinnamon, and I do taste the ginger, and all that. It's like a refreshing taste to me.
Oh yeah, this is actually my favorite of the Sam Adams brand. I said I want to make everyone look forward to November when it comes out. I look forward to November when this comes out every year. So Sam Adams, you can either buy their individual seasonal beers, like you could get the summertime beer they make, you could get the winter lager they make.
Summertime isn't bad.
But they also make collections for each season as well, where you can get the regular Boston lager along with the seasonal beer, plus a couple of other special treats for the season.
Yeah. They had a double chocolate. No, not a cherry chocolate.
They
bar.
had a cherry chocolate.
I did not. I wasn't a fan of that one, but I did like the chocolate block.
I know a few people that really love that one because it tastes almost just like a chocolate cordial.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers,
huh?
gentlemen.
Salud.
Enjoy.
Any other information you'd like to tell us?
Just that we're replaced it right now is their Sam Adams Cold Snap, which is also a delicious white ale, which is out right now. It's got a bit of a sweet flavor to it. I would say if you like the Sam Adams Boston Lager, you'll probably like just about everything they put out. And even then, they put out flavors like the Chocolate Bock or this Winter Lager, which might change your mind about the company entirely if you don't like the Boston Lager.
Yeah. No, definitely. Boston Lager it's a good beer, but more of their specialty beers is.
That's where they shine, is doing the specialties. That's why they
go.
And Sam Adams, some people don't consider a craft brewery anymore. They've reached over a certain peak in distribution where they put out so much that people don't think of them as a craft beer anymore. But when they do these little limited releases, you can call it a craft beer because it's put out in smaller quantities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Craft beer is more or less just about quantity put out.
And we decided to go with just the beer this time, the beer bottle, instead of actually bringing out the glasses.
We'll get back to cocktails eventually, and we'll just do right out of the bottle. And
yeah, well, we felt like, this beer should be enjoyed the way it should be enjoyed in the cold, and just the way it should be a winter lager.
Yeah, I mean, it's cold enough in certain places where you leave this outside, and it's just the right temperature.
It warms up the soul, I'll tell you that much.
Salud.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers, huh?
Cheers and cheers.
Cheers and cheers.
Always good times on Elevated Thoughts with Keeks
and Fiji.
and
Shawn, the beard and spirits connoisseur.
there you go, guys. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks.
And Fiji.
And here we're coming at you with another segment, the N1 segment, where we'll be talking about the NBA All-Star Weekend. We'll also be talking about the NBA trade deadline. And we'll be talking about the new football league called the Alliance of American Football.
But before we get into that, let's talk about what happened today when Kyler Murray decided to be part of the NFL draft versus then playing with the Oakland A's.
Personally, I don't think it was a good decision because I feel like baseball would have been the better route for him. I think any athlete, if you got the choice of football or baseball, definitely take baseball. There's better money. There's less chance of injury. It might be a long run because I know the farm system, the AA, AAA and stuff like that. You're not making good money and it's long days and stuff like that, and you're not really getting the recognition you need. But once you make it to the MLB and the big leagues, I feel like you can really make the money that we're striving for the whole time. In the NFL, I feel like they make the money fast, but they don't make it long. You know what I mean? They make money 2-3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, it's fast, but at the same time, it's good money getting fast.
But it's not like baseball numbers. They're not making 20 mil a year.
They're not. However, though, when it comes to football,
it's not even basketball. Basketball numbers are pretty big.
Yeah, but not like football though.
Yeah, football. That's what I'm saying.
Who consumes the NFL?
Most of America, I would say NFL in modern day America is probably a higher consumer during its time than baseball is throughout the year.
Yeah, so,
I don't know the numbers, but we're talking about billions of dollars and stuff. So
yeah, so when it comes to NFL players versus MLB players, who's gonna make more money when it comes to sponsorship opportunities? Mike Trout, he pretty much is the highest paid MLB player right now, but sponsorship wise, where's he at? Kyler Murray joined the NFL. Why? Because his face is gonna be shown. He's gonna sponsor this product, that product, and that product. He knows where the money is fast. And plus, when it comes to football, he knows that his passion is more football more than baseball. So talking about fast money and other opportunities.
I guess. It follow your heart, I guess, right?
Yeah, and that's what he's
Instead
doing.
of follow your wallet.
You know? Check it out. You know, I'm gonna quote what Kyler Murray said. You know, moving forward, I am firmly and fully committing my life to becoming an NFL quarterback. Football has been my love. Football has been my love and passion my entire life. I was raised to play QB, and I very much look forward to dedicating 100% of myself to being the best quarterback possible and winning NFL championships.
If he wins one, right? I mean, it's the NFL, right?
Yeah.
And I know Tom Brady's owned the NFL for the last years, right?
But come on, that guy's plus 40.
He's right. What I'm trying to get to the point is that he's ending the end of his period, right? But the next quarterback's coming, and he has to find his place within those quarterbacks. He might come in and establish top dog, alpha male, right? But he might not.
You know what, man? I'm going to make this bold prediction here to all those Raider fans out there. Kyler Murray goes to the Las Vegas Raiders.
The first pick, huh?
He's going to go this year to the Las Vegas Raiders. And he's going to be their franchise quarterback moving forward in the NFL when they go to Vegas.
So
I'm calling that right now.
Derek Carr gets dumped.
Carr gets dumped this year, gets cut completely. John Gruden says, you know what? You're cool, but this guy is sexy right now. I want him. And he's going to coach him. And from there on, let's see what Kyler Murray does and can lead the Las Vegas Raiders to a championship.
Well, there you go, guys.
That's my bold prediction.
So it's a good bold prediction, and that was a good little segment where we had on Murray, our segment where we're talking about the NBA trades. You know, there was a lot of good trades out there.
Yeah, a lot of good trades out there. You know, I see the East benefiting more than the West this time around. More opportunity in the East and winning the championship there, so that's why. You know, a lot more moves were made in the East rather than in the West this time around.
Of course. You know, I feel like one of the biggest trades that happened was the Kristaps Porzingis trade to Dallas.
Yeah.
I feel like that was. I mean, it wasn't just Porzingis too. Hardaway Jr. went out there.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see here. Courtney Lee, Tim Hardaway Jr., Porzingis, and Burke. And then the Knicks got DeAndre Jordan, which was a good, that was a good addition.
Yeah.
They also got Wesley Matthews,
and
Dennis Smith Jr., and two future first-round picks too.
Hey, Dennis Smith Jr., man, he's gonna excel there in New York.
Yeah. Well, I mean, New York pretty much dumped off some good players too.
Yeah, him and Luka, they weren't really meshing in Dallas, so one of them had to go.
Yeah.
One of them had to go. So in other words.
Yeah.
Dennis Smith Jr. is going to have his own team in New York, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see Luka.
It's a whole new generation.
Yeah, I'm ready to see the Unicorn and Luka team up and see what they have in Dallas.
Yeah. I think my second best one too. I have right here. Of course, the Tobias Harris trade.
76.
I would say both of those 1 and 2 they're pretty close. But Tobias Harris, it was a good trade. You know, he's a good addition for the 76ers. Adding that fifth player for the starting lineup.
Yeah, they got a Power 5 team.
Yeah.
They got Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and of course now they have who's their fifth player? I can't even think of top of
The
my
big
head
guy.
right now.
They just got Marjanovic with it too. I think they
Yeah,
should be having
that
that.
7'7"
He should be
guy.
doing good. He should be
Yeah,
doing
we'll
good.
see what happens, man.
But it's Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid,
Jimmy Butler,
Tobias Harris, and JJ Redick.
but yeah, JJ Redick. I think that's five right
That's
there.
the fifth one, yeah.
Okay. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there should be good moves by the East, especially the 76ers. They have a chance to take it to the Celtics, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, of course, good trades. Don't forget that Toronto Raptors ended up getting Marc Gasol too.
They're the ones who got him then, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I mean the Raptors aren't playing around. They got Serge Ibaka and they got Marc Gasol up there.
So-
Hey, don't be slipping on those
The
Raptors.
East, it's the East, man. It's the Wild Wild West in the East this year.
Pretty much, it's
Yeah.
like the West used to be.
Exactly. So
It
it
used
could
to
be
be the
any
Wild
man's
Wild
game.
West. That's the Wild Wild
Now
East.
with LeBron-
Now that LeBron's is gone,
Yeah.
it's a whole different playing field.
So we'll see what happens with that. But talking about a whole new playing field, what do you think about the first inaugural season of the AAF?
The Alliance of American Football.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah.
I think it was good. There were some good hits. There were some good plays. It showed a lot about what the NFL is lacking, which is what I think will attract a lot of people to the AAF.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah,
I think the AAF. I see it as a second chance league. You know, like I said for opening the show, it gives these players who just got cut from making an NFL team.
there are some players that were in the
Uh-huh.
NFL too. Trent Richardson.
Exactly, he was there.
He was.
And
was
he
in the
definitely
NFL.
delivered, and of course, coaches as well. Steve Spurrier,
Yeah.
he's back in.
Mike Singletary.
Mike Singletary's back in there, so
Yeah.
you'll hear some familiar faces out there, but at the same time, you got to get to know these players. There's not really that star power that we know the NFL is all about, or any other sport here in the United States or in the world. You want that star recognition. The AAF isn't quite there yet, but it brings out good things. It's a second chance league. NFL scouts are all over looking to see which is the next prospect for their respective teams.
So talking about the teams, do you have a certain team that you're focusing your attention to?
Birmingham was cool. Birmingham, they got Trent Richardson, so
Mhm.
he's back home at Alabama.
I do like the Alabama.
Yeah.
I do like. You know what? Especially because a lot of these college players that don't make the NFL could go straight to the AAF and represent their Alabama, especially these Alabama players.
Exactly.
Although a lot of those players do make it to the NFL, some of them don't.
Exactly. And I'm looking at right now, I'm also looking at that Utah team. There's a Utah team, I forgot what they're called.
Yeah.
But they do have that NFL player in BJ Daniels that, to me, stood out in the Niners training camp.
And did you know out of all the 8 teams that are in the AAF, all of them are on or below the 35th parallel?
Oh, really?
So they're all southern. They're all southern teams, pretty much. The highest one I think was Salt Lake City.
Really?
The Salt Lake Stallions, they're called. They're
Really?
the highest on the grid line. Yeah.
So, because they know the South, they consume the most football.
Yeah.
They know the South loves their football.
But it's a good opening for the northern states, northern cities.
Exactly.
To,
To expand.
yeah.
There's room to expand.
there's a lot of room to expand.
And and another interesting fact about the AAF is that most of the players there are all signed to a 3-year contract worth $250,000.
Wow, no, that's good. All of them?
Yeah,
Every
but
single one.
all
no
of
matter
them.
what position.
But they are non-guaranteed contracts.
Mm.
So if you get cut, all that money is guaranteed to you.
But you
Yeah.
got what you got. during the
Exactly.
games, yeah.
3 years, 25, 250,000. Why not?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Also, we're also talking about the NBA All-Star Weekend, which is our next segment that we're going to be bringing up, the one that got away.
The one got away. We'll give you guys our predictions of the Rising Stars Challenge, of the NBA Dunk Contest, the 3-point contest,
And the Skills Challenge.
and the Skills Challenge, and of course the actual game, Team LeBron versus Team Giannis.
Don't
So,
forget that celebrity game, too, you know?
Ah,
Biebs. The
yeah.
Biebs always tearing it up.
first year we got Bad Bunny coming out. And
El Conejo Malo. Hey, representing Puerto Rico.
So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see what kind of Latin twist he can bring to the celebrity game. So we'll be talking about that in our final segment. So stay tuned.
Elevated Thoughts with Keeks
and Fiji, episode 4, season 2. Bigger, better, stronger. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks
and Fiji, episode 4, season 2. Bigger, better, stronger.
And we're doing the One That Got Away segment right now. Where We're going to talk about the NBA All-Star Weekend. We're also going to be doing our NBA All-Star Draft. I'm going to be doing Giannis Antetokounmpo with the Eastern Conference.
And I'm doing LeBron James with the Western Conference. And we're going to start right now. So, my favorite for the dunk contest. Keeks, you have a favorite?
Nah, not really.
No?
Not really.
Well,
I just like seeing some good dunks.
Yeah.
Not like that Blake Griffin jumping over some weak-ass card dunk. I don't like that. That was weak.
You know, to me, the dunk contest is falling off completely. I mean, it's like, who's in it nowadays? You know, that star power.
We also had that segment earlier.
Exactly, because that star power, you're not going to see the best dunkers compete anymore.
Yeah.
You're just going to see the most exciting young athlete in this year's competition. It's going to be Dennis Smith Jr. from New York. So, he's my winner.
Yeah. What was his name? What's that guy's name from the Jazz?
Oh, Donovan Mitchell? Yeah, he's taking a year off.
Shit, man. Donovan
Defending
Mitchell.
champion.
They're lucky he's taking a year off. Because,
yeah, he's a good dunker.
Oh, man. Donovan Mitchell, straight up. One of
Spider-Man.
the modern days.
Spider-Man.
One of the best dunkers. Spider-Man. Zach LaVine, I'm just saying, he's good too. But Donovan Mitchell for sure can out dunk him.
But none of them are going to dunk. None of these All-Stars want to dunk anymore, man. So, but the star power is really falling off. But moving on to the skills challenge. Who do you got in the skills challenge? Do you have anybody in particular?
You know, honestly, I can't even tell you who.
I'm going with Luka. Luka is looking very...
Luka Doncic?
Yep. He is my favorite to win that skills challenge.
Oh, man, I remember the skills challenge when Steve Nash used to dominate. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Two-time MVP champion.
Those were the days.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll see what happens with that. And then for the three-point contest, you know what? I'm going to go with an upset. I'm going to go with Steph Curry. Not Stephen Curry. His brother, Seth Curry. He's going to win the three-point contest. I'm calling it live here.
On Elevated Thoughts with Keeks
and Fiji. Seth Curry's going to win the three-point contest.
Nice, yeah. How about, all right, give me your top 5. You know what? We'll mix it up. It doesn't even have to be LeBron. It doesn't have to be the Western Conference. Top 5 All-Stars. Who's your starting lineup?
Well, out of the ones that were nominated this year, of course, as Team LeBron, I'm going to go Kevin Durant first. He is the proclaimed best player.
So that's your second player.
Of course, I'm going to pick it. Hell yeah, I'm going to pick his ass.
Okay.
Yeah, who are you going to take?
For my second pick?
Yeah, for your first overall pick.
And we're doing the mix-up of Western and Eastern.
Yeah, you can pick whoever you want. We're doing our top 5.
All right, let's see.
So including your Giannis.
My first pick would be Antetokounmpo, right? Obviously.
Yeah. No, you're him.
OBJ.
Yeah, cool. I'm LeBron.
My second pick, just straight in general, would be James Harden.
You'll take James Harden?
Yes.
I'll probably take the Splash Brothers on you, and I'll probably take Steph Curry and match him with James Harden.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so that's your third pick, right?
Yeah.
So my third pick would probably be Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook? I trade him, but that's just me. I'll pick up the phenomenon, the process himself, Joel Embiid.
I like that. And to match that, I'll take Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. I'm going to take him, and I'll give you PG-13. And that'd be my starting 5 right
Paul
there.
George?
Yeah.
So your last pick, Paul George?
Yeah, Paul George.
Okay, my last pick would be Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah. Did he even make the All-Star team this year?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but he's a reserve, man. You guys are reserve.
It don't matter.
Yeah, you don't pick him, man.
Nobody said nothing about no stars.
Look, you got Kawhi Leonard. You got a defensive player still out there.
Why would I be
You have the Joker still out there. The Joker could match up with my Joel Embiid. pick.
No way.
Yeah,
I'll take Joel Embiid over Jokic all day.
Well,
Did you
that's
see
why I
what
picked
Joel
him.
Embiid did to Port McGee?
Well, he's on my team.
Like, the Lakers got smashed on, dude. Joel Embiid just dominated McGee.
And that's why
like,
I
that
picked him
paint
up.
was his playground.
You know, that's why I pick him up. You know, of course. You know, Ben
Anthony
Simmons.
Davis will put up a fight with him, and will Carl Anthony Towns.
I don't know about Carl Anthony Towns, man. That's just a bad pick for my top 5 right there, man.
Nope. Big man all the way.
I don't know, man. I'll take Joker
DeMarcus
over.
Cousins, too. He didn't get picked because he was hurt all year, but he'd be an all-star, too.
I pick Kawhi.
He'd be an all-star.
I pick Kawhi and the Joker over Cat.
So you pick Kawhi because of his defense, is what you said?
Of course.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's that important when you got 7-footers popping threes.
Yeah, I got my 7-footer popping threes.
What about multiple 7-footers popping threes?
Oh, yeah?
I would love to have multiple 7-footers popping
No,
threes.
I'm talking about your top 5 right now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I took Anthony Davis and Carl Anthony Towns.
I don't know about that, man. I just don't like that, man. I have Steph Curry. I'm going to have Joel Embiid.
For his threes, right?
And I'm going to have Paul George. And, of course.
I got James Harden. He's going to match Steph
LBJ.
Curry.
But James Harden,
I got 3 7-footers.
the only way James Harden shines is if he plays by himself.
3 7-footers with James Harden?
I'll take Paul George to go around him. Steph Curry go around him.
Russell Westbrook.
I haven't even mentioned Kevin Durant yet.
James Harden, Russell Westbrook. 3 7-footers.
I haven't even mentioned Kevin Durant.
Oh, man.
Kevin Durant's a 7-footer himself.
Yeah, I know. But on
Yeah,
Brook,
exactly.
he's 6'9".
Yeah.
Or 6'10".
No, he's 6'11".
No, I think they got him
What
as
he
like
says.
6'10".
Well, we'll see what happens. Who you got, man? Who's your prediction? Who's gonna win Sunday evening? You got Team LeBron?
No, I got the Eastern Conference. For sure.
You know, I'm always an East Coast guy myself when it comes to basketball. I'm
I
a
know.
beloved
I like
Bulls
the
fan. I like the Bulls, but they're looking like fools this year.
Yeah.
So, and for the next several years. So we'll see what happens.
And here we are back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji, where we're gonna recap pretty much the show, right? We had a pretty good show.
Mm-hmm.
We had a rundown. We talked about multiple things.
We talked about the top 5 best dunkers of
We
all
had the
time.
top 5 plus 1 best dunkers of all time.
Mhm.
We also had Shawn come on our show today with our Sam Adams Winter Lager. We also
Good
had
man.
our N1 segment where we talked about the NBA trades. We also talked about the AAF debut
And Kyler Murray.
and Kyler Murray. You know, that was a good segment. We also talked about the one that got away, where we talked about the NBA All-Star Weekend. We talked about the skills challenge. We talked about the three-point contest. We talked about the actual All-Star game too, right?
Yeah, you know, you went with Team Giannis. I went Team LeBron.
Yeah.
I usually go with the East. I'm an East Coast guy. I love the Bulls. However, they're looking like fools out there this year, and maybe future years as well.
Yeah, I think the East is gonna have a good run in the playoffs. It's gonna be a whole different animal
should be,
without
yeah.
LeBron out there.
Yeah, exactly. It should be a fun Eastern run, and we'll see the second half though. But you know,
Yeah, so you guys enjoy your All-Star weekend. Enjoy the festivities of basketball, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's one of my
Enjoy
favorite
the NBA.
sports to play. I love playing
Enjoy the
basketball. It's
NBA.
one of my favorite things. I could just imagine watching the All-Star game, how fun that would be. But, yeah, there we go. That was the rundown for this show. It was a good show, right?
Yeah,
I liked
pretty
it.
good show.
Hey, but you know what? Before we leave, though, we got to leave them with the elevated thought of the day. We're going to have a question out there for you guys. If you guys can go ahead and just give us answers on our social media. It's the greatest upset of all time.
Inspired by the 29th anniversary of Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson.
So, what we're saying is it doesn't have to be on any type of sport. It could be any
upset, any triumph over any big obstacle. Whatever it may
David
be.
versus Goliath.
Exactly. So any upsets you guys have that comes to mind, just let us know on our Facebook page. Let us know on our Instagram. We're on Instagram now too as well.
We do have Instagram. We also have our Facebook. We have our Twitter.
With the
And we have our YouTube.
We're getting there.
Yes.
So please follow us on all handles of social media?
In the beginning of the video, I actually put the handles for all of our shows. On
Check it out,
Facebook, we have it at Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. On Instagram, we have it at Elevated Thoughts 775. And on Twitter, we have it as Elevated Mind 775.
Yeah, just check it out here in the beginning and closing credits. Check us out on social media and any thoughts you guys have, any questions, anything
And
at all.
don't forget to subscribe on YouTube so we can be able to actually change our URL to have our Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji URL instead of just some random URL that's
some generic bullshit.
We have to have
We
at least 100
it.
subscribers, so don't forget to like and subscribe so we can be able to expand.
Yeah, and that's on our YouTube page. So thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. Stay tuned for episodes 5. Thank you guys very much. And Keeks, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
You know.
And once again, thank you to Shawn, our beer and spirits connoisseur. Thank you once again to all our brodies that showed up today. There was many of them today.
There was many of them today.
We had a lot of friends show up. They're following us. They're enjoying our setup. They enjoy our actual production, and we hope you do too. You know.
Yeah. So stay tuned for episode 5 next week, President's Day edition, and keep it elevated as always. Peace.